Hi, grade 8. So we're going to continue with 7.1. Last lesson we ended with translating verbal phrases into mathematical expressions. Now today we're going to continue with translating. It will be verbal. This time it's going to be sentences. Sentences into mathematical equations. So last time it was phrases into expressions. Today it's going to be sentences into equations. So I'm going to first give you a few examples. I'm going to type them out over here, and then I'm going to show you what the equations will be. So for example, if I have A, 16 increased by a number is 27, and then B, we have the difference of twice a number and 3 equals -4. This is very long and confusing. And then the product of 0.5 and a number is 36. And then we have -3 is equal to twice the sum of a number and 2. So we have four different verbal sentences over here, and each of them we have to translate them into a mathematical equation. Now the most important part when translating into a mathematical equation is note over here, we want to look for the is, because usually the is and the look for is and equal to, those is going to be your equal sign. Okay, so is and equal to is going to be equal. Usually look for that. And so anything before that will be one side, is something will be the other side. So it usually will be something is equal to. Okay, so this is the one we're looking to, something. And so we usually have something here is equal to something here in a mathematical equation. So let's look at A over here. 16 increased by a number is 27. So 16 increased by a number, that is a mathematical phrase. And so that's the first part of the phrase. 16 increased by a number, that's going to be 16 plus x. And then is 27. So this is the thing we're looking for, is 27. So that's going to be equals to, and then 27 on the other side. So A, there shouldn't be any problems with A. And then next one should be, can I begin with B? How come it turns back into A? B. There. The difference of twice a number and 3 equals -4. So yep, we're looking for the equals over here. Okay, is equal to, basically. And so we have at the other side will be equals to -4. That's the easy part. And now we have to look at the first part, the difference of twice a number and 3. So if I'm looking at the difference of A and B, it's going to be A minus B. And so the difference of twice a number will be 2x. And then the difference between that and 3 is 2x minus 3 is equal to -4. So that will be 2x minus 3 is equal to -4. Then for the third one, we have the product of half. I actually wrote 0.5, but it should be half, but I didn't want to write it out. Let me write it manually. Of half and a number is 36, and this one should be C over here. So the product of half and a number is 36. Again, we're looking at is over here, and then 36. So we know that it's going to be equal to 36. And then the product of half and a number, so that's half times x. So that's going to be half times x is half x. So I can just write that as half x is equal to 36. Then we have over here is equal to is at the beginning. So negative 3 is equal to. So I can write down negative 3 is equal to, and then on the other side is twice the sum of a number, twice the sum of a number and 2. Okay, so if it's looking for sum of a number, sum of a number and 2, so that's going to be in a bracket. So twice, it's usually, if we look at twice, it's going to be twice of something, twice of something. And so the sum of a number and 2, sum of a number and 2 will be x plus 2, and then we want to look at twice of that. So it's going to be 2 twice, double, of sum of a number and 2, that's going to be x plus 2 in a bracket. So it's not 2x and then 2 somewhere else, because we're looking at twice the, and then sum of a number and 2. So you may be wondering, why isn't it 2x plus 2? If it's going to be 2x plus 2, excuse me, it's going to be written as twice, it's going to be written as is equal to the sum of twice a number and 2. That's how this would be written. Okay, so if it's going to be 2x plus 2, it's going to be the sum of first, because we're looking at something plus something. So it's going to be sum of, and then twice the number 2x and 2 plus 2. So it's sum of something and something. So twice the number 2x plus 2. So this will be 2x plus 2, whereas this will be twice the sum of a number and 2. Okay, so there is a difference between the left side and the right side. So keep that in mind. So that's A, B, C, and D. Let me just quickly change this back into D so that the notes look slightly better. Let's do an example word problem as well. Example word problem. So over here we have, while hiking, you descend 2,000 feet from the start of a trail to an elevation of 5,200 feet. And so write and solve an equation to find the elevation at the start of the trail. So let's look at this question. You are hiking, you descend 2,000 feet from the start to an elevation of 5,200 feet. Okay, you descended 2,000 feet from the start. Okay, descended from the start. So the start is going to be x. Okay, and to an elevation of 5,200. So to an elevation of, so basically this to an elevation of, to an elevation of is your equal. Okay, so you descended 2,000 feet from the start. So if we're going to find the difference from the start is going to be x, our unknown elevation. And then we descended 2,000 feet. And so if we want to write an equation, this is going to be x minus 2,000 feet. So the starting elevation minus 2,000 feet, because you descended 2,000 feet, is equal to 5,200 feet. Just write 5,200. So we've written an equation. X minus 2,000 is equal to 5,200. And so once we solve this, well, we just need to move the 2,000 to the other side. That's going to be x is equal to 7,200, which means that we need to answer the question. The start of the trail, or the elevation. Okay, let's write to the same wording of the question. The elevation at the start of the trail is 7,200 feet. F-E-E-T. So that's how we write and solve an equation from a question. So I'm going to set you your homework. So your homework will be exercise 7.1. I'm going to post the chapter 7 PDF onto PowerSchool so you can find that. Exercise 7.1, and then questions, you're going to do 3 to question 21. Sorry, 3 to 21, and odd questions. So all the odd questions from 3, sorry, not 2, to 21. And then on top of that, I also want you guys, excuse me, to do question some problem solving. So that's going to be 44. And then there's 2 more that I want you guys to do. Please do 48. And also, let's do question 52. So there's 3 problem solving questions that I want you guys to do, and then 3 to 21 odd questions. That means it's 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19 and 21. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next lesson tomorrow.